Hello. Your Jaguar F-Type features a highly sophisticated yet easy to use 8-speed automatic transmission with a sport shift gear selector.
Make sure that the vehicle is stationary and apply the brake pedal before selecting drive, reverse or neutral. Keep your foot on the brake pedal and press the release button on top of the gear selector. This allows you to move the gear selector to the required position. One movement backwards to select drive. One movement forwards to select neutral. And 2 movements forward to select reverse. The gear selector will return to the central position after selection. You are not required to press the release button when selecting neutral from either drive or reverse, or when selecting sport from drive or drive from sport. The related LED indicator in the gear selector illuminates. The selected gear displays in the message center. To select sport from drive, move the gear selector to the left. The sport LED illuminates in the selector. Sport mode displays in the message center. The transmission remains in the lower gears for longer. To deselect sport, move the gear selector back to D. The drive LED illuminates in the selector. Drive mode displays in the message center. You can select a gear manually using the gear shift paddles mounted on the steering wheel, while the selector is in the drive or sport position. You can change the setting to either drive only or drive and sport in the instrument panel's vehicle setup menu. This menu also allows you to switch operation of the paddles on and off. Pull the left paddle to shift down a gear. Pull the right paddle to shift up a gear. The selected gear displays in the message center. The relevant LED illuminates in the gear selector. Using the gear shift paddles when in drive allows you temporary access to manual operation when accelerating, decelerating, cornering, or continuing to use the paddles. Using the paddles when in sport will activate permanent manual operation. You can also manually change gear using the gear selector when in sport mode. Move the gear selector back to change up a gear and forwards to change down a gear. The selected gear displays in the message center. The relevant gear selector LED indicates in the gear change status. If the LED indicator flashes, your request has been recognized but not selected. Continuous illumination indicates that your gear change request has been recognized and selected. To exit manual gear selection. Pull and hold the upshift paddle for approximately 1 second to return to sport mode. To return to drive mode, move the gear selector back to D. Before switching the engine off, select Park by pressing the P switch on the gear selector. If neutral is selected at engine switch off, the system waits for 10 minutes before selecting Park. This is to allow time to go through a car wash.
For more information on your Jaguar F-Type, please refer to your owner's manual, the JaguarUSA.com website, or your local retailer.